The plane path has spoken, ladies and gentlemen, and we are live with the PUBG Global Invitational EU Qualifier Final. You are in lobby number 1, and this is game number 5. My name is Jorisar. Your observer this afternoon is none other than Twister, and we will be following some incredibly skilled teams as they move on through a wrangle in search of points. At the end of today, the top 5 teams in the lobby will go on to be part of the live finals in Leicester and then potentially on to Berlin. Millions of dollars are at stake, and a lot of these teams are eager to snatch up one of those top 5 positions. Particularly interesting, of course, is the fact that some of our favorite teams are not currently in there, but they have 4 games to prove their worth. So Team Liquid once again going Yasnaya, relatively normal for them, nothing out of the ordinary at all. South Georgia Ball has the potential to be quite crowded. We have Spett Gaming going up to Severny, and by the looks of things, Wind and Rain, who sometimes, by the way, go down Milta, have opted to go towards Gatka Compounds. Now, this is interesting because G2 often go there as well, and we have HAVU Gaming there. So there is potential for a big bust-up early on in this game if these guys don't spread out amongst themselves as far as those compounds are concerned. They're going to be landing relatively close to each other. Hello, Georgia Pole teams. This is the Circle speaking. We said, screw you, because Sosnovka, ladies and gentlemen, will be the destination for many of these teams. Now, because of the next center of the Circle having to center on land, there's actually a very small percentage chance this Circle ends up back on the main island. Sosnovka is now the favorite for where the Circle ends up. The next Circle might, for example, have its center south of Farm. That's entirely possible. But realistically, there are many more scenarios where the South Island on Erangel ends up being where this Circle ends. So a very interesting start to game number 5 here. So we'll see how well that goes down. We can already see some fairly early rotations from the looks of things. Spanky and co already getting into vehicles. I wonder if they're going to cross the bridge early before anyone else has a chance to gatekeep there. In my opinion, that could end up being quite a good move from them. This is team number 15, Team Till Valhalla, who are doing rather well at the moment, if I recall. Let me just take a quick look. No, I beg your pardon. It's Team Valhalla, just to make things confusing, that are currently top of the leaderboards. Team Till Valhalla are in 9th place going into today. Yes, that is extremely confusing for casters, I know. But we will do our best. So they're moving across the West Bridge. It looks like G2 Esports are going to be following them hot on their heels. We have one team over on the right-hand side as well. That is team number 20, otherwise known as the Beginners. Now, they did not have, to be honest, the best start to the tournament yesterday. Unfortunately, there were several games where they had 1 or 2 players knocked out pretty early on. Ooh. A little bit of gatekeeping going on already. A couple of shots off on the UAZ that G2 Wacko happens to be in. It looks like the car hasn't taken any damage and all players are at full health, so it's going to be fine and they will be able to progress over the bridge. More potential bridge camping here. Iron Mean looking for a way to split up G2, and I think he's actually persuading them to go elsewhere. Valen actually swerving away from going onto the bridge before Iron Mean moves across. Now, we've already got one vehicle from G2 on Sosnovka Island, which means that Wacko and his teammate might opt to meet up on the west side of the island, and Valen could choose to swim across. We'll wait and see. Team number 4, Diamond Dogs, are still in Zaki, by the way, so this is going to take an awful long time for them to get in. Fortunately, of course, the first circle doesn't do a crazy damage, so fingers crossed that we see them move on through at some point soon. You don't want to be hanging out there forever. You need all of your meds for basically future fights. You want to be keeping as many of them as possible for that mid to late game, where being able to jump from one fight to the next very quickly can often decide the fate of teams, because it determines, ooh, we have a sexy crate here, and not only a sexy crate, we have a sexy person from the Beginners who looks like they want a piece of the action. Now, they didn't have the best luck yesterday, so an AUG with a suppressor is going to be the order of the day for them. They will start today's games off on a rather nice footing indeed. As Nutrigron, you can see there, he's shivering in anticipation of grabbing everything that crate has to offer. Off he goes, AUG in hand, extremely happy bunny. And nobody around to shoot him as well. Super tasty. Dan Rules 13, Jorazar, I was here yesterday and I'm back today even though I'm North America and it is the crack of dawn for me. Welcome back, Dan Rules 13. Much appreciated. And we have a little bit of very long distance gatekeeping here on the bridge. You can see Val here, Valhalla I should say, Icy Demon, trying to take a couple of pot shots at, is that the rest of Team 20? Are those the beginners? It might be. Can't quite see from this distance. Either way, none of those shots particularly hit. Pardon me, that is team number 9. It's Husaria, who have quite a few fans in the chat. I saw the spam going on there earlier, so a decent amount of EU fans supporting the local teams today. And now Team Liquid moving into the circle as well on the top side. Elsewhere, not too much going on at the moment, to be honest. Everything has been rather calm so far. Let's talk a little bit about military base and the transitions here as we see Team Liquid continuing to move in. Liquid will almost certainly go down to the South Island. The question is whether they do it now or whether they do it later. There's not that much bridge camping in top-level PUBG games because let's imagine there are still, well, at the moment there are 18 teams alive, right? So committing yourself to a fight bridge camping, trying to kill the other team, means one of you has a chance of progressing further and the other team goes out in 18th. It's just not a fun risk to take. You want to be taking those risks when you finish first and second or second and third. That's fine, but not really at this early stage of the game. So you tend to see a lot of people swimming across. You see people in boats. You don't necessarily see the latecomers to the island go via the bridges. So it'll be interesting to see what Team Liquid choose to do and also who ends up gatekeeping later on as well. It looks like they are just being a little bit more cautious, taking some of the compounds near the bridge and not moving across until they absolutely have to. They've also got, oh no, they were slowing down, but they haven't stopped. So I do beg your pardon. They could take the gas station or they could just keep going. Motorcycle squad here, Evil Knievel squadron. Looks like are they going for the bridge? Well, Jeem certainly is. I guess they are. So here we go. Motorbikes galore. This is, it's quite a nice sight, actually, when everyone's on a bike. But Jeems and Co... Oh, hang on a second. Jeems and Co are actually going to get off on the bridge just to make sure they're not being camped out at the other end, which is all very, very sensible of them. Samty just moving forward. Potentially trying to bait a shot or two. Basically, they want to find out if anyone is in the compound south of the bridge that might actually take some pot shots at them. And they will find that there are people there. Those guys are El Gigantin Gaming. So that's squad number 5. And iSavage taking a few shots from range with the DP28. Won't quite land them. Don't forget the bullet drop on the 7.62. A little bit more difficult to negotiate than most of your 5.56 weapons. Here comes the M16. Looking for a few extra shots onto Samty. I believe he did connect a single shot from Team Liquid, but not enough to get anybody down. So Team Liquid now sandwiched in between Squad 5 and Squad 20. That's El Gigantin and Beginners as we move them onto Sosnovka Island. The teams don't, of course, have to go across the bridge yet. There is plenty of wiggle room for them, and there's actually quite a lot of action that could still happen north of the bridge as more people come in. In the meantime, Squad 21, let's have a look at who they are. MJ Esports are still in Ptycha. Spett Gaming are only now just on their way from Severny. So these guys are really taking their time. Diamond Dogs PUBG, of course, going towards crates in South George. So it looks like they want to do a little bit of a wide flag. Hang on a second. 2 people from team... Oh, no, oh, no, oh, no. I mean, when you have 4 people on bikes, ladies and gentlemen, this kind of thing will end up happening sooner or later. That certainly is the case in my personal PUBG games. And they get spotted! Skoom and Ibiza get spotted by Squad 15, Team Till Valhalla, and they say thank you very much for the 2 kills, thank you very much for the loot delivery, we will go ahead and take that very much. Disaster strikes for Team Liquid here in game number 5, losing 2 of their teammates early to a rather unfortunate motorcycle accident. Oh, that is certainly disaster for one of our favorites. We still have Jeems and Samty, though, flying the banner for Team Liquid. They now have to be significantly more careful. No more 4-on-4 squad fights. They're going to have to play the survival game. They will be playing conservatively, but they will be playing smartly. Looking for opportunities to find their way and sneak in to upcoming circles, maybe getting in position early to prevent having to deal with those firefights. Unfortunate start for Team Liquid. We have another crate popping down here inside the military base, and once again, Team Till Valhalla in the middle of the action. They pick up those 2 kills from Team Liquid, and they are the closest team to this crate so far. They are obviously very worried. If there were people in Control Tower, or there were people to the south side of Military Base, it's entirely possible that... oh, hang on a second. What have we got there inside the crate? I missed it earlier. Another AUG! Very, very nice indeed. So we have the beginners grabbing an AUG, and we now have Team Till Valhalla grabbing the same. Going to be blending in with that ghillie suit as well. Absolutely delicious for them. More teams getting shots taken at them from team number 5, El Gigantin, who is still south of the bridge, trying to keep people coming across. I'm actually impressed with how many people are still opting to come across the bridge. Usually we see more people swimming and more people grabbing boats, but obviously this is a little bit more... oh, hang on a second. Right here, we have Team 13. They're out of their vehicles. That's Ptycha Gaming. And Ptycha Gaming going to be right next to the beginners who have got that AUG available with them, remember? And I believe it's Nutrigon that actually had the AUG too. He is right next to Oku right now, looking for a shot, getting headshot at the start of the engagement. Not ideal at all. Now, coming in for the flank, I don't think Nutrigon saw him at first, but a couple of first shots mean that he will, and I don't think he quite connected there. Nutrigon currently sitting at about 90% health. Nothing a boost he can't fix, but it is a bit of a 1v2 fight at the moment. Where's it? He has a teammate behind him, right? Let me take a look. I swear the rest of his... yeah, the rest of his team are across the road. Not ideal because if Nutrigon goes down for any reason, it's really difficult, unless you have something like 4 or 5 smokes, to sort of make your way across the road safely. I suppose you could do it with 2 or 3. Not... It's a situation you'd rather not get yourself into, let's put it that way. If you only have 1 team member across the road, you don't want that person to go down. Maxim9 goes down, an excellent snipe there from Oku, spotting that the teammates are indeed supporting from across the road. Maxim should be able to get revived relatively easily. Glass breaks as he moves through the house, looking for a better vantage point. He's going to go upstairs. That's going to be music to the ears of Nutrigon, who is at the broken wall still and will at least know that he's not being pushed. So now the job falls to the snipers on the other side of the road. Is Nutrigon going to wrap around and try and fling himself to the other side of Ptycha Gaming, perhaps? No, Nutrigon crossing the road and rejoining his team. Taking a shot, but it means that all 4 of them are alive and back across the road. So this is now a straight-up 4v2 across the road fight. No one really making any sort of decisive moves yet. I feel like if one of Ptycha Gaming go down here, it's entirely possible that Team Beginners will just push the heck out of them straight away. I think they suspect they have the numbers advantage at this point. So it looks like they are going to try and get in their vehicle and move away. There we go. So that is the end of that engagement. They might suffer a couple of shots as they move out, but it looks like they go across. Ooh, 1 shot hitting, actually. Very nicely aimed there, but they will be able to survive until they move into the next squad. Let's take a look at what's going on in Military Base. That's getting rather heavily populated now. There are 4 or 5 squads here. Is there anyone sort of driving in? No, it looks like Squad 13 are just rejoining the rest of their team. So Ptycha Gaming not doing anything particularly interesting. Simsy of Doom getting an excellent shot. Where is that? That is very peer. Interesting indeed. So we have Dude, Where's My Dasher? Currently getting targeted by the Diamond Dogs, who are still north of Military. And these guys thought they'd be relatively safe here. Ultrastar doing a pretty good job considering he has a red dot on that M4. That suppression, really nice for him. But now the blue is closing in. Simsy of Doom will get his kill. So Dude, Where's My Dasher going down to 3 members. Diamond Dogs also have first mover advantage. They have the vehicles. They are closer to the bridge. Spett Gaming, though, potentially coming in over the top. Now, this is really dangerous because when you're fighting in the blue, it just makes it that much more difficult to get to a position where you can resurrect your teammates. It's so frustrating. We could see a Spett Gaming Diamond Dog showdown here very early on. You can see Tomil is actually out of his vehicle at the moment, and Spett Gaming are going to be running right into them. This potentially is disastrous for Spett Gaming. Let's see what happens here. Coming in from Tomil. Ultrastar will be able to get north. That's 1 person down for Spett Gaming. They are continuing to drive. They are not stopping to heal their teammates. Not stopping to attempt the revive. Definitely not stopping to take the fight. They just need to get the heck out of there. So they have lost north. And it means that they will continue with 3 people. Still more shots being taken against those UAZs. North dies to the blue zone. And these guys will be on their way. Now, will Spett Gaming stop at or south of the bridge? Oh, actually, Wind and Rain are there as well. That's frustrating. No, they're going across the east side. Fair enough. Who is going to end up gatekeeping? Diamond Dogs, then? Which bridge are they going to choose to go down? They have Team 16, Dude, Where's My Dasher on one side of the bridge, and I believe they have Wind and Rain on the other. Wind and Rain are properly bridge camping. I'm loving this. You don't see this often enough, and here we go. You can see the motorbikes. They can probably hear and see them by now as they start moving across the bridge, getting ready to get in position, getting ready for the peaks and the full auto sprays. Here we go. Simsy of Doom, the first person into the firing line on a two-seater bike, off of the two-seater bike. Beautiful headshot, actually, from Blade Cito there. That's going to be it. Dynamic gets taken down as well, and so does Luxno. And all of a sudden, the Diamond Dogs, one of the teams that many people were saying are one of the best in this lobby, are struggling in game number 1. Trouble befell Team Liquid. Now the Diamond Dogs having a tough time getting in position. The next circle is pretty donutty on the Sosnovka Island. We take Novo completely out of the equation, and we have the east side of military base still in contention. Samty and Jeems are very split up at the moment. Samty almost to the center of the circle, but he has the potential of getting himself sniped out. He's now scouting out again on a two-seater bike. We have not seen good results on bikes this game, ladies and gents, so we are slightly worried for Samty right now. Taking shots from just one team at the moment. Ooh, hello. That was an interesting stunt. Wow. Well, he basically took no damage, so we'll take that. And he is going to be one with the bush. The bush is with him. That is where he is going to stay for the foreseeable future, and I do not blame him. HAVU Gaming do know that he is there or thereabouts, so Samty definitely has to stay out of sight. You do not want to get into a 1v4 with HAVU when some of them have sniper rifles as well. Jeems now, wow, going in to join his teammates, so they might end up attracting a little bit more attention. They could have a couple of shots from HAVU coming into them here. Well, I would say he sneaks across, but he's on a motorbike, so he's absolutely not sneaking. Jeems brumming his way into this little divot. Yep, and if they had any doubt that a team had seen them before, all of that doubt has just been removed. Now, the good news is that I think HAVU Gaming are the only team that 100% know where Team Liquid are. So if they stay safe and stay out of... Wow, okay. If they stay safe, or Samty can just get a headshot onto Encelenso, fine. I don't think any other team necessarily knows they're there. So they can hold their own and technically stay in the divot and defend from other angles if they so wish. Looking across as well, AceB, Team 17, there is actually someone in that shack. So Team Liquid here, lots of good sight lines, but at the same time, lots of teams potentially looking into where they are as well. Let's take a look at Novo, because Team 21 are coming up behind Team 20. Now, this is interesting because Team 20, the beginners, we were talking about them a little bit earlier. They got the first crate as well, so they're going to be pretty pleased. That's Nutragon with the AUG. And MJ Esports, I believe they came across on a boat, and they're sort of sneaking across Novo to try and get in behind them. But there's a chance that the entire squad goes straight past the beginners, and this could set themselves up for a big fight. Looks like that's not going to... Well, actually, that should happen soon, because at the end of the day, the blue zone is moving in. One person from MJ, the scout, seems to be able to get away scot-free and might have communicated to the rest of his team that he thinks he heard shots coming out from the compound where team number 20 beginners are. They're going to get in their vehicles and move off as well. Okay, so that's a safe passage for Team 21. No big fight here. We are good for now. Where else are we seeing action in the circle? Big action here. Oh no, and that is Spett Gaming running straight into Dude, Where's My Dasher? Both of these teams were very, very late coming onto Sosnovka Island. And Pierre is going to go down, unfortunately, which I think picks in the sole surviving member of SG. He is indeed Spett Gaming. This is what... Oh no, and he's about to get taken out as well. He gets spotted, and unfortunately from the compound... He just about survives, but where on earth is he going next? Nobody knows. Round and round and round he goes. That was team number 5, by the way. El Giganton almost taking out Spett Gaming, who have one person left. Dude, Where's My Dasher are just off the horizon to the west of him, and they could potentially be coming in to finish him off. Gandalf here, or Gandalf's mom, to be precise. Who, by the way, is a very accomplished wizard. Wizard? Wizardess? Answers on a postcard. Liquid certainly not going quietly into the night, that's for sure. Oh, and Iron Mean, one of the people who just moved across, actually got headshot by an AK, and that's because squad 13, Alza Gaming, are at the compound that they were thinking of running into. So there go the rest of Team Till Valhalla. Unfortunately, one person short at the moment as they continue to look for a home in the circle. This is the problem when you are late in, ladies and gentlemen. A lot of people end up getting shot at. when you're one of the last ones into the circle and there are very few entry points, this is quite naturally what happens. HAVU Gaming getting a knock on Valhalla. That's from range. That's not them getting pushed or anything. All relatively simple at the moment. They are in the last remaining shelter that is inside the circle, by the way, on Military Island. A little bit of a north shift. Oh, this is interesting. I think Team Kinguin are about to come... Is someone about to come up behind Team Kinguin? It looks like we could actually see Nutragon and Co., the beginners, come up. And VOD immediately getting a scent of what's going on. Lots of vehicles coming into their side. They will be wary of this. Just the other side of that ridge are potentially 3 different players, and Kinguin could have to fight this. I don't think there are many scenarios where the beginners don't want to go through where Kinguin are. And oh, VOD spotting the first opportunity, getting Gork. Good start. Nutragon, though, on the left, on the ridge. Did he see him? Right on the edge of the screen. I feel like he did see him. Yes, he did. Switching to the Scar. Looking for a quick pick. Won't find it just yet. Continuing to survey the landscape. They know that teammates are out there. They just don't know when. Taking more shots on another team that's passing by. That is ASP. Looks like one person's going down there. Mudo. VOD, once again. Absolute beast at the moment. But James stealing the kill with the DP from distance. And Brent, oh dear, kills himself in the vehicle shortly afterwards, possibly hopping out as it was prone to exploding, by the way, because Kinguin did do a lot of damage to that. I don't think that was an unforced error. Let's put it that way, to borrow a term from other sports. And we are now down to 16 teams alive. Samty. James and Samty are just stealing knocks and kills from all over the place. They really aren't going quietly, are they? And unfortunately, the beginners now get spotted by Valhalla as well. They are going to be taken down from 2 different directions. Icy Demon will get the down, but will he get the kill? He's immediately finishing it off, not wasting any time there. So the known player is going to very quickly become the unknown player as he bows out of the game. Oku gets a hit onto James. So Team Liquid finally showing that they perhaps are mortal after all. And Kinguin actually getting relatively close to them. Oh, this is a problem because that's actually James getting finished off. Samty is the only remaining player for Team Liquid, and Kinguin are above them. He does not want to attract attention right now. James and Samty have played a very, very aggressive game considering they were 2 men down. But now they really do just want to be quiet and play the survival game. Samty very close to where the bikes are. He's going to risk a move. He doesn't want to have to deal with this. He knows that there's a squad up north. He's going to be moving south. Or rather, I should say up into the circle via the south side. So HAVU take a few shots at him. They've been taking shots at him all day long. That's fine. Where is he going to rotate to? Can he find a safe spot in the center of the circle? Please don't tell me he's going for crate. I mean, go on, Samty. If you go crate, absolute boss mode this. Respect to you. This is not quite the safest position. He's instantly seen. And I wonder... Oh, that wasn't Squad 9. Nope, that was Squad 13 across the way. That was Alza Gaming. But Squad 9 on the other side are suspiciously close. I think they're trying to blow up the bike. They've successfully blown up the bike. Kinguin now going ham on HAVU Gaming. That's Miraku getting the knockdown onto Havoki. I don't really mind. Looks like he's down as well. We are left with Ensolento and Yorski to try and prevent the push here. Now, they're reasonably far away in the sense that it will take more than 10 seconds for Kinguin to get to them. So we'll see if they end up regrouping, if they end up running away. Gaxi trying to get as high a position as possible to see if he can sneak in a snipe. We don't necessarily see the smokes come down yet. It does look like they're getting sacrificed to an extent. Havoki left bleeding, unfortunately. And Miraku will not need to go across the ridge to finish that off. There we go. Havoki out of the game. So Kinguin being incredibly aggressive there. Fielding the south side of the circle for their own. And that's actually really good, by the way, because it means that in theory, no one will be able to sneak up behind them as they move in, unless a player is still there. This is a little bit of a gutsy play coming in from HAVU Gaming. I don't really mind. I don't really mind! Oh, he was supposed to sneak into the circle behind Kinguin. The plan was great. And then the the blue zone knocked him down and Kinguin finished him. Yorski now extremely close to Ptycha. Oh, not just Ptycha. Also close to Team Till Valhalla. This is a bit of a hotspot right now. He really wants them to fight each other. He does not want to get involved here. HAVU Gaming have not been dealt a good hand in this mid-game. Smoking up on top. Till Valhalla know that they are in a little bit of a tricky spot right now. Potential rotation coming in, rushing into the smoke by the looks of things. Wow, this is very brave from Ptycha. Let's see if they can make it count. Where are the frags? The other side of the smoke. 2v2 with the blue closing in as well. And HAVU in the background, waiting to pounce, waiting to strike, but not 100% sure how many people are actually there at the moment. Never mind! And Kinguin from downtown takes out Diwad. So that would be your answer. Just as we were gearing up for an epic 2v2 fight, Kinguin comes around. Ooh, possibly great frag. Excellent frag. And the last member of the team manages to get away just in time for Ptycha. But a Kinguin seriously ruining the party here. And now there are two people right on top of Ptycha trying to completely wipe them out of the game. Do they realize they're fighting two squads here? They now see the other squad over the crest of the hill. Kinguin are taking on Till Valhalla as well. One person right to the left! And Kinguin do it. Spanky takes down Vard, but otherwise, the rest of the team is down. But Ptycha still has one member. Marcellek on the other side is still alive. Does he want to try and take on Kinguin himself? Is he going to be aggressive, or is he going to try and sneak into the circle? 13 seconds left for him to rotate quite a long way to the east, to be honest, before he can get into the south side of the next circle. And God knows what Yorski is going to be doing for HAVU, because he is really stuck between a rock and a hard place. He has to go through Kinguin to make any progress whatsoever. Oh no, he's going to go through them the hard way by the looks of things. Vard goes down. Miraku is next in line. Spotted. Yorski running away. The problem is he has backup. This is a full squad of four we're talking about. There we go. Larson kills Yorski, and that is HAVU Gaming out of the game, but at the expense of Vard, who looks like he has gone down as well, in addition to the rest of Ptycha. I don't believe he is left on the map. Valhalla as well. Only one member left alive in Control Tower. Samty. Oh, God. Just Samty things. Don't worry. If I can't see them, they can't see me. There is no way anyone suspects that I am in the middle of this smoke cloud at all. That's right, Blade Cito. Just be on your way. Just, yeah. Don't even worry about it. Just leave. Definitely no one here. Oh, we told you not to worry. He gets knocked, but Team Liquid are out of the game in 8th place. Dynamic finishes him off. Might even be able to go back for his teammate. Wind and Rain have a reasonably nice little bit of the circle here. They are contested by Husaria, though. And that's Morpheus taking out Dynamic. He's right next to one of his teammates, which is good. Oh, never mind. He's right next to one of his teammates who is also down, which is less good. Oh, and Kinguin. Kinguin, once again, they're tearing up this lobby, aren't they? Miraku getting Nayu on the other side, and that means, I think, that the rest of Wind and Rain are down now. They are out of the game. Getting taken out by Kinguin and Husaria at the same time, after being in a reasonably decent position as well. So it just goes to show, it depends on the position of the other teams. Objectively, a position can't be 100% good or bad. It really depends on the context and who is around you. Valhalla, in the meantime, down to Steezy. Icy Demon is down as well. We have the classic camouflage on concrete background, which doesn't seem to work out very well for Steezy, as Uku takes him out. Alza Gaming will be the victors in that fight. 5 teams left, and Kinguin absolutely tearing it up, but by no means have won this game. Frags into the smoke. Larson getting a great downtown kill onto Morpheus. Now we are pushing the smoke. Gaxi looking, almost walking straight in to Ghost Star, but it doesn't matter. Larson catches him from another angle, and Kinguin win yet another team fight. How many kills have Kinguin got right now? Can we take a look at that? Because Kinguin have been in so many fights. Kinguin have 12 kills between them so far, and there are still, 3 of them alive, which means there are 10 more kills they could potentially be getting. And at the rate that Kinguin are fragging, they might well get them in this game. Absolutely insane. Who are the other teams left? We have Crimson over there. We can see them nice and clearly. We have Team 13, Alza Gaming, who are having a relatively good game. We have Team 5, El Gigantin. They were the guys who were effectively gatekeeping the south side of the East Bridge. So all to play for here, but Kinguin have shown us a pretty beastly game so far. Remember, being beastly for 20 minutes does not win you the game. You have to stay through to the end. Crimson getting a good headshot down onto Blaze from distance, and Deegslol looking for an opportunity here, but the circle's pushing him in. Oh, he must be thanking his lucky stars. That Stars, funnily enough, got his back there. He finishes off the rest of Crimson and makes this a 3-team game. Alta Gaming, Squirtex and Co. Keeping control of the compound, but they will have to move out of it for the next circle. Facing off against El Giganten, as well as Kinguin. Kinguin on the other side, being relatively quiet at the moment. Very happy for the other teams to take each other out. They are now focused on the win. If they have to go through a team, so be it. But they don't want to take unnecessary risks. Obviously, when they do take risks, they seem to be favorite to come out on top in this game. But you can't assume that about every engagement you ever walk into. Tense now for Alta Gaming. They're going to have to move relatively soon. The circle is closing in. They will no longer have the protection of the compound that they're in. That broken wall is a bit of a double-edged sword. Senex starting the kills off by getting the knockdown on Deegslol. Stars now going to have to rush in. This broken wall is so dangerous. We will be able to have Alta Gaming grab one side of it, but as soon as Stars moves to the other side, he'll have a clean shot against the entirety of the team, and maybe that's why Uku is moving out first. They're looking for an opportunity, sees the opportunity, instant headshot, knows that that is a popular spot to be, and Stars goes down as well. Problems for El Giganten Gaming. They played so well, but unfortunately, positioning really hasn't been their friend in this latter part of the game. Just one person left behind, a smoking UAZ. And I'm actually more worried that they fall into the clutches of Kinguin rather than anyone else. Larson with a rather impressive flank coming up the side. He actually doesn't need to poke his head above the parapet if he doesn't want to, because the next circle is going to force them out and across the road where Gaxi are waiting. So this circle favors Kinguin. They are in a much better position right now. iSavage, the last player for El Giganten, he's in a bit of trouble as well. But if he manages to move while this fight is occurring, Larson makes his position known. This flank costs Uku his life. Alta Gaming, now down to 2 people. And we are praying, if we are El Giganten fans, that Kinguin take out Alta Gaming or vice versa before he's discovered. That would net the team, of course, a cool 2nd place. So this is a problem. Not only do they know they have to move, they now know that a flank is in place, and they don't know exactly how many people are here. A lot of unknowns for Alta Gaming now. They have to really pull it out of the bag. They can, but we have to see some godlike aiming and some fantastic reflexes there if they want to best Larson from this position. Larson patiently waiting for the blue to come in, knowing that they have to. Oh no, team number 5, El Giganten, has been spotted. That is iSavage trying to make his way across the map. The rest of Kinguin could be occupied with him at the moment. He finds a tree. Is Larson instructed to take him out? Looks like he's having a good look. Reveler goes down. Squirtlex goes down. Yes, and the rest of Team 13 go down. Alta Gaming, unfortunately, the circle pushing them a little bit too much, and it does mean that iSavage ends up being the last person for his team. El Giganten Gaming will finish in 2nd place, but Team Kinguin, ladies and gentlemen, will be the victors in game number 5 here in Lobby 1. An incredibly strong performance. El Giganten in 2nd place. And we have Alta Gaming finishing in 3rd. Very interesting storylines for the leaderboards as things currently stand as well. Crimson finishing in 4th. Team Liquid in 8th place and HAVU in 9th. They have to improve those performances if they want to get into the top 5 and hopefully follow themselves in to the finals in Leicester.